Assalamualaikum, my name is Nik Nazifa. In this video, I and my group members represent the data analysis about new media adoption among Media Prima Berhad employees. These are my group members. This research is undertaken to understand new media adoption among Media Prima Berhad employees through a self-construct questionnaire form of 150 respondents. The survey shows that most of the respondents choose social networks as their type of media. They believe that new media adoption among Media Prima Berhad employees can improve their job performance. They intend to use new media in preparing corporate communication materials. Most of them like to share reports and official documents within organizations through new media. Lastly, they also like to keep up with company developments. Objective of this research is the existence of new media somehow has changed corporate communication practitioners. Now, corporate communication practitioners are using the common medium of communication with the public. Studies have shown that the top 5 of new media tools used by the practitioners in their campaign are blogs, online videos, social networks, podcasting, and photo sharing. However, it's a great challenge for practitioners dealing with the movement from traditional practice to new media. Earlier, the corporate communication practitioners are using traditional mediums such as television, newspaper or papers, reporting to reach the public. At the present time, new media is gaining attention among corporate communication practitioners. In fact, generation gaps exist between the corporate communication practitioners. The new media have been used differently among practitioners.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Amira binti Muhammad Said. I will present about the background of the study, research question and problem statement. Let us look at overall of the data analysis. The purpose of our survey was to find out corporate communication practitioners' profile and new media adoption acceptance among Media Prima Berhad employees. The survey was conducted with the help of primary and secondary data collection. After our survey, we can conclude that most of employees in Media Prima Berhad is using various types of media to access for information. In this area, the type of media they always use must be related to social instruments. As a result, social networks has ranked top in the survey for the type of media used due to its convenience. In our survey, we can conclude 33% out of 150 respondents that have strongly agreed that new media would improve their job performance. Only 6% of respondents are against it. As mentioned before, nowadays people use online tools in their daily life to do work. Some people can adapt with new changes and simply go with it, but some people take time. Through this survey, we know that the Media Prima Berhad's employee can accept this new media adoption. Let us move to background study first. In the 1990s, lack of acceptance has long been a barrier to new media success as a medium of communication and information distribution. As a consequence, knowing the characteristics of new media will make it easier to use and will attract interest in using it as a tool for applying for available positions. This is likely related to the use of a variety of powerful new media tools that practitioners and the general public can access at the same time. The practitioners are having direct conversations with the public regarding a particular variety of corporate issues. As a result, new media is to blame for the transformation for social communities. The main issue in successfully adapting to these technologies is acceptance in any available new media. Most researchers have agreed that embracing technology enhances employees' performance and satisfaction in the workplace. The current study differs from previous research in that it examines all mediator and moderator factors that influence the relationship between new media acceptance and use among corporate communication practitioners and organizational citizenship behaviors. The current study analyzed the direct and indirect influence of moderator and mediator variables in the said relationship using the structural equation modeling method and AMOS statistical software. This study includes three dimensions: cognitive response, affective response, and behavioral response in order to achieve this goal.
The first one is about objective study. There are 5 objectives of study, which is first is to find out corporate communication practitioners' profile of new media acceptance, actual system use and willingness to share. Second is to validate and propose measurement models for new media adoption, behavioral intention, sharing behavior and organizational citizenship behavior. Third is to validate and propose a full model of new media adoption. Fourth is to analyze the corporate communication practitioners of new media adoption as mediating variable between behavioral intention, sharing behavior, and organizational citizenship behavior to use new media. Lastly, objective of study is to identify the influence of demographic variables, namely age, background of education, years of working, level of education, type of media, and media used to access new media as moderating factors in the full model of new media adoption among Media Prima Berhad employees.
For research question, we got 5 questions. First, what are the corporate communication practitioners' profile of new media acceptance, actual system, and willingness to share? Number 2, does the measurement model for new media adoption, behavioral intention, sharing behavior, and organizational citizenship behavior fit the data? Number 3, does the full model of new media adoption fit the data? Number 4, does new media adoption mediate the relationship between behavioral intention, sharing behavior, and organizational citizenship behavior? And number 5, are there any influence of demographical variables, namely age, background of education, years of working, level of education, type of media, and media used to access new media as moderating factors in the full model of new media adoption? Next, we move to the problem statement. In this century, new media has become a powerful form of communication. This new medium could be beneficial as an additional means of communication to encourage strong work and socialize, as well as a simple way to communicate with strangers. To put it another way, digital technology makes use of new media as a way of delivering new technology information and inspiring users to use it. For instance, promoting new applications and cutting-edge technology through new media to reach out to its target audience. Most Western studies have concern with the relationship between corporate communication practitioners, use of internal communication, and their relationship to external communication organizational citizenship behavior, OCB. Furthermore, Western researchers focus on the impact of OCB and on employee turnover, performance levels, and locus of control. Similarly, the current research aims to extend the research model using new media adoption to OCB. Changes in communication will be triggered by behavior according to MOO. This is supported by other research which found that people's behavior in organizations influenced by they communicated. In conclusion, there are inconsistencies in the findings and scarcity of studies on the acceptance of new media and its use in Malaysia, particularly among corporate communication. As a result, similar and additional research on this topic in this country is essential.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Aisyah binti Zainal Abidin. I will present about brief literature review. New media is a wireless network that affected organization communication in terms of communication content, pattern, and organizational structure to reduce redundancy workload among the employees in Media Prima Berhad. The new media is used among employees in Media Prima Berhad to improve communication of efficiency of productivity in an organization. The richness of information in new media platform diverted the organization from traditional practice such as face-to-face communication to virtual communication. For example, online media, messaging, social networking has been used in corporate to communicate to its stakeholder as it able to deliver communication almost real time. Discussion on variable. New media is mass communication using digital technology such as internet. First, the variable that we have discussed is about behavioral intention. Research has been done among Media Prima employees for their acceptance of new media in organization. It is the intention to use new media in work, intention to use new media in facilitating work, intention to use new media in communication, the intention to use new media in preparing corporation communication material, and intention to use new media to enhance knowledge. By using new media in terms of finding information on sites, users usually equipped with a basic knowledge to use the medium. Next, the variable is sharing behavior. It known as a social interaction culture. It is about how the employee in the workplace maintain useful information exchange. It involves the exchange of employees' knowledge, experience, and skills through the whole workplace or organization. Then, the variable is organization citizenship behavior. Organizational citizenship behavior contribute indirectly to the organization through maintenance of the organization's social system. For example, helping others with heavy workload and absent, concern individual who might be affected by his action, not abuse other right and prevent problem from the other's worker. Last, the variable is new media among corporation communication practitioner, such as age, background of education, years of working, level of education, types of media, and medium used to access new media rank. This is a play role for these three independent variables, which are behavioral intention, sharing intention, and organizational citizenship behavior, which lead them to use new media adoption. Next, this is the conceptual framework of new media adoption among Media Prima Berhad employee. There are one dependent variable, which is new media adoption. Next, there are independent variables. First, behavioral intention. Second, sharing behavior. Third, organizational citizenship behavior. There are hypotheses between dependent variable and independent variable. First, there is a relationship between behavioral intention and new media adoption. Second, there is a relationship between sharing behavior and new media adoption. 3. There is a relationship between organizational citizenship behavior and new media adoption. Next, methodology. Methodology refers to how a researcher systematically designs a study to ensure valid and reliable results that address the research aim and objective. First, population. The targeted respondent population is 150 corporate communication practitioners in Media Berhad Prima from different level of background education. The age of the targeted respondent between 25 years old to above 55 years old. The purpose of the survey is to assess the reliability and the ability of the respondent to understand the survey about adoption of new media. Second, sampling. This study uses method of sampling frame. We are doing research on Media Prima Berhad for the acceptance of new media in organization. The research that include the respondent from corporate communication practitioner in Media Prima Berhad for the generation of the population. We would create based on age, background of education, years of working, level of education, type of media, and medium used to access new media rank. Next, research instrument. The research instrument is the questionnaire in the survey. The survey encompasses any measurement procedure that involve asking questions of respondents. In the study, it contains 5 sections. For section A, the design is to collect the respondent information. For section B to section E is to identify the usage of the new media among the employees at Media Prima Berhad. It has 5 to 10 questions for every section. There are 1 independent variable and 3 independent variables. Respondents were asked to measure the variable using 5 scales, which are 1 for strongly disagree, 2 for disagree, 3 neutral, 4 agree, and 5 strongly agree. Next, data collection. Data collection is the systematic process by which observation or measurement are gathered in research. The acquired data were prepared before analysis. In this study, the method of data collection is survey. After having a data from the survey, the data were examined in the dataset. To analyze data, we use statistical software, SPSS. This survey have a far wider to reach than other data collection method. By using SPSS, there are the simple software to deploy and take a less time for researcher. In comparison to other approach, the cost needed to collect data survey through online survey also safe.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Hanisa. And now I will continue with data analysis discussion. For descriptive statistic, we have choose 5 variables, which are type of media, new media adoption, behavioral intention, sharing behavior, and organizational citizenship behavior. We have calculated the mean and standard deviation from 150 samples of respondents. Type of media. As you can see on the table below, social network is the most type of media being used by Media Prima Berhad employees, with 48 respondents and 32% of valid percent, followed by online video, 18%, and online forum, 14%. And the list is wikis and instant messaging, with only 11 respondents and 7.3% each. We move on to our dependent variables, which is new media adoption. We ask the question, new media will improve my job performance? So 50 respondents answer strongly agree, followed by 48 for agree and 31 for neutral. And only 9 respondents are strongly disagree that new media would improve their job performance. For variables behavior intentions, we ask question, I intend to use new media in preparing corporate communication materials. And the result is 54 respondents strongly agree, followed by 49 agree, 26 neutral, and the list is only 5 respondents are strongly disagree that they use new media in preparing corporate communication materials. Move on to our next independent variables, which is sharing behavior. We asked question, I like to share reports and official documents with an organization through new media. As a result, 66 respondents, which is encounter 44%, strongly agree, followed by 51 agree and 20 agree. And only 4 respondents are strongly agree that they don't share report and official documents within organization through new media. Last part for the frequency, organizational citizenship behavior. We asked question, I keep up with company developments. And the result is 56 respondents with 37% is strongly agree, followed by 40 agree, 37 neutral, and only 1 respondent is strongly disagree that they don't keep up with company development. Move on to reliability tests. We choose 4 variables and calculate the Cronbach's alpha. For the first one is new media adoption. We get 0.87. Behavioral intention, we get 0.78. For sharing behavior, we get 0.72. And lastly, organizational citizenship behavior, we get 0.78. According to the rule of thumb, Cronbach's alpha says that if it's higher than 0.7, it means that the scale is reliable and consistent. Therefore, we can conclude that all variables are reliable and show consistency. Now, I will talk about correlation. For hypothesis 1, there is relationship between new media adoption and behavioral intention. Hypothesis 2, there is relationship between new media adoption and sharing behavior. And hypothesis 3, there is relationship between new media adoption and organizational citizenship behavior. Based on the table below, we can see that all independent variables have significant value of 0.00. As compared to p-value, it states that any value that is less than 0.05, the hypothesis is accepted. Or in other words, we accept the alternate hypothesis. Meanwhile, if this value is more than 0.05, the hypothesis is rejected and not significant. The result is very strong evidence against null hypothesis because the p-value is below than 0.001. Therefore, we can conclude that all hypotheses stated that are acceptable because each variable has a very strong relationship with the dependent variable, which is new media adoption among Media Prima Berhad employees. So, the hypotheses are accepted because all of the variables have a relationship with the dependent variable. Move on to significant difference. Hypothesis 1. There is relationship between new media adoption and behavioral intentions. The significant difference value of two-tail is 0.00. Therefore, there is significantly different perspective between new media adoption and behavioral intentions. Second hypothesis. There is relationship between new media adoption and sharing behavior. The significant difference value of two-tail is 0.00. There is significantly different perspective between new media adoption and sharing behavior. and the hypothesis is accepted. Hypothesis 3. There is a relationship between new media adoption and organizational citizenship behavior. As you can see on the table below, the significant difference value of 2tel is 0.00. There is significantly different perspective between new media adoption and organizational citizenship behavior, and the hypothesis is accepted.
In a conclusion, the purpose of the research is to know and acceptance of new media among media Prima Berhad employees. This research to observe 150 respondents from behavioral intention, sharing intention, organizational citizenship variable of media Prima Berhad employees through the equation in the survey. This survey was taken differently from different age, background of education, level of education, years of working, type of new media, and medium used to access new media rank. After conducting data analysis on 150 respondents, we learned that new media adoption is related as mentioned in hypothesis. This relationship shows about the acceptance of new media among media Prima Berhad employees. Our recommendation for enhance the acceptance of new media based on our data analysis are: first, new media must give a guidance and instruction to the organization for a user above 55 years old. Second, new media enhance the support system for employees in the organization. Third, new media need to be user-friendly and easy to use. That's all from me. Thank you.